right, this report is from Creator Syndicate, posted on Infowars.com. The neocons do Georgia. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, a true conservative, a true Republican. The success of the Bush regime's propaganda, lies, and deception with gullible and inattentive Americans since 9/11 has made it difficult for intelligent, aware people to be optimistic about the future of the United States. For almost 8 years, the U.S. media has served as a ministry of propaganda for a war criminal regime. Americans incapable of thinking for themselves, reading between the lines, or assessing foreign media on the internet have been brainwashed. As the Nazi propagandist Joseph Goebbels said, it is easy to deceive the people. You just tell them that they have been attacked and wave the flag. It certainly worked with Americans. The gullibility and unconcern of the American people has had many victims. There are over 1 million dead Iraqis. There are 4 million displaced Iraqis. No one knows how many are maimed or orphaned. Iraq is in ruins, its infrastructure destroyed by American bombs, missiles, and helicopter gunships. We do not know the death toll in Afghanistan, but even the American public regime protests the repeated killings of women and children by U.S. and NATO troops. We don't know what the death toll would be in Iran if Dick Cheney and the neocons succeeded in their plot with Israel to bomb Iran, perhaps with nuclear weapons, as they've stated they want to, I would add. What we do know is that all this murder and destruction has no justification and is evil. It is the work of evil men who have no qualms about lying and deceiving in order to kill innocent people to achieve their undeclared agenda. That such evil people have control over the United States government and media damns the American public for eternity. America will never recover from the shame and dishonor heaped upon her by the neocon Bush regime. The success of the neocon propaganda has been so great that the opposition party has not lifted a finger to rein in the Bush regime's criminal actions. Even Obama, who promises change, is too intimidated by the neocon success in brainwashing the American population to do what his supporters hoped he would do and lead us out of the shame in which the neocon Bush regime has imprisoned us. No, he's saying he's going to intensify it. Just like McCain, they're all controlled by the same people, I would add. This about sums up the pessimistic state in which I existed prior to the go-ahead given by the Bush regime to its puppet in Georgia to ethically cleanse South Ossetia of Russians in order to defuse the separatist movement. The American media, a.k.a. the Ministry of Lies and Deceit, again accommodated the criminal Bush regime and proclaimed the Russian invasion to cover up the ethnic cleansing of Russians in South Ossetia by the Georgian military assault. Only this time the rest of the world didn't buy it. The many years of lies, 9/11 Iraq, weapons of mass destruction, Al-Qaeda connections, Yellowcake, anthrax attack, Iranian nukes, the United States doesn't torture, the bombings of weddings, funerals, and child soccer games, Abu Ghraib renditions, Guantanamo Bay, various fabricated terrorist plots, the determined assault on civil liberties have taken their toll on American credibility worldwide. No one outside America any longer believes the U.S. media or the U.S. government. The rest of the world reported the facts, an assault on Russian civilians by American and Israeli-trained and equipped Georgian troops. The Bush regime, overcome by hubris, expected Russia to accept this act of American hegemony, but the Russians did not, and the Georgian military was set fleeing for its life. The neocon American response to the Russian failure to follow the script and to be intimidated by the unipower was so imbecilic that it shattered the brainwashing to which Americans had succumbed. McCain declared, this is a quote, I played this Friday on the air, in the 21st century, nations don't invade other nations. Imagine the laughs Jon Stewart will get out of that on The Daily Show. In the early years of the 21st century, the United States has already invaded 2 countries and has been beating the drums for attacking a third. President Bush, the chief invader of the 21st century, echoed McCain's claim that nations don't invade other nations. Total contempt for the American people. They know you're dumbed down, folks. This disconnected claim shocked even brainwashed Americans, as readers' emails revealed. If the 21st century countries don't invade other countries, why is Bush done what he's done in Iraq and Afghanistan? And why are the naval armadas and propaganda arrayed against Iran about? Have two of the worst warmongers of modern times, Bush and McCain, called off the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran? If McCain is elected president, is he going to pull U.S. troops out of Iraq and Afghanistan because nations don't invade other nations, in his own words? Or is President Bush going to beat him to it with 5 naval attack groups now in the Gulf, I would add? We all know the answer. The two stooges are astonished that the Americans have taught hegemony to Russians, who were previously operating, naively perhaps, on the basis of goodwill. That's right. NATO's threatened to preemptively nuke Russia out of a blue sky, so Russia's saying we may nuke you out of a blue sky. Suddenly, the Western Europeans have realized that being allied with the United States is like holding a tiger by the tail. No European community wants to be hurled into war with Russia, especially when 80% of their oil and gas is supplied by them, I would add. Germany, France, and Italy must be thanking God they blocked Georgia's membership into NATO. The Ukraine, where a sick nationalism has taken hold by funding by the neocon National Endowment for Democracy, will be the next conflict between American pretensions and Russia. Russia is being taught by the neocons that freeing the constituent parts of its empire has not resulted in their independence, but in their absorption into the American empire. Unless enough Americans can overcome their brainwashed state and rigged Diebold voting machines, turn out the imbecilic Republicans, and hold the neoconservatives accountable for their crimes against humanity, a crazed neocon U.S. government will provoke nuclear war with Russia. The neoconservatives represent the greatest ever faced, the greatest danger ever faced by the United States and the world. Humanity has no greater enemy. Now, that's a true conservative, former editor of the Wall Street Journal, former father, well, the father of Reaganomics, Ronald Reagan's confidant, a true conservative. The United States snuck attack Russia on the 8th, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all over the world. It's a fact. And the world sees Bush and McCain and Rice and Obama saying that Russia snuck attacked Georgia, and they're just going, oh, my God, this is too off the charts. What are they talking about? In one city, they killed 2,000 people in 12 hours, shooting everyone on the streets, going door to door, killing families. And I was watching Fox News this week, and they had Americans who were in Georgia saying, thank God the Russians attacked, they were killing everyone, we barely got out. And then Fox goes, we have to cut the commercial, and they come back and say, that's just what Russia wants you to believe. It's an admitted fact. I have to say, the Austin American-Statesman got it right and admitted that Russia was snuck attacked by the U.S., but it's not the U.S., it's the New World Order. And the dictator, and he is a dictator, and they got black op torture camps and secret arrested dissidents in Georgia, and they have ghost sites where they take, kidnap people worldwide in Georgia. The U.S. does. He went on CNN and said, this is about the New World Order. We got to take down Russia. Folks, Russia isn't Iran or Iraq. They got 20,000 nukes. This isn't defenseless Arabs that we can kill and celebrate in their blood. I mean, this is like Napoleon attacking Russia or Hitler attacking Russia. The good guys don't attack countries, don't sneak attack countries. Russia wants to trade with us, not have war. We'll be right back. Infowars.com has all these reports. Your call straight ahead after the news.